Enlightenment is the end of seeking. Enlightenment is not something that one aims for. In fact, we aim for nothing. We aim for absolutely nothing. Our mind aims for thoughts, for fantasies, for imaginations, for hopes, for beliefs, for wants, for desires, for needs, for attachments, for associations. The mind is always searching and seeking for other ways, other methods, other practices, other conditions, other places to live, places to see, places to go. Our body remains in the present moment. It's never, when you're thinking about your holiday that's going to take place in what we call in our time-based world 6 weeks, your mind is there. Your mind is imagining, fantasizing, the plane journey, whatever it is that it wants to overcome that problem or actually pull that joyful experience closer. The mind can stretch and pull and stretch and pull. The body is always in the same place at the same time, and this place and time is present. The body cannot stretch, cannot go into the future, cannot go into the past. That's as far as it can stretch. The concepts, the ideas, the thoughts, the theories, the assumptions, they can all be made to come as what we call true, real. But in fact, when you come up with a theory or a plan, and you have a picture in your mind about what's going to take place, how it's going to take place, and what the result will be, none of that happens. The end product may be very similar, but it's not exactly how you planned it. It's never exactly how you planned it. Life controls the situation. The mind thinks it controls the situation. The whole problem, and Jiddu Krishnamurti said in 2-minute video, when we depend on thoughts, we are condemned to a life of suffering. When we leave thoughts alone, when we stop associating with thoughts, who are we? You see, that has to stop associating with thoughts. Who can stop associating with thoughts? Are we not a thought? Can the thought detach from itself? Can the thought stop associating from itself? These are questions that bypass your education system, bypass your schooling. Child comes into the class, is never asked first question by the teacher. Everyone, I wanted you to introduce yourself. Teacher always says, what's your name? Never says, who are you? Who are you? Never says that. Always bypasses the most important aspect of a child's being, its growth, its beingness. Because the child just accepts whatever the teacher says. And the parents have given the child a name, the parents accept the name, and then the child accepts that they will be this name, and they will have to obey the teacher and anyone else for the entirety of their life. Who are you? Child says, I'm John Smith. Teacher says, no. Who are you? Who are you before John Smith? Child says, child. Good. Who are you now? Child. Yeah. All same child. all same. No division. No one better than the other. Teacher then says no more tests. No more how to get 10 out of 10. Child 1, 4 out of 10. Child 5, 10 out of 10. Division. Yeah? Break down the human being into a divisive. And of course, if you haven't deleted by now, you're angry. This is what we do. This is what we've always done. It's disrespectful to our peers to change the system that they have taken centuries to create. A certain group of peers have created this system. If you read your history books, you'll find that there are many sages, saints, mystical people who have said, we must stop this conditioned programming. But they are not given precedence in the library. They are put at the back because there's too much at stake to lose this system. Too much wealth will be lost. Too much power, status. Too much fear that the human little child might be the wisest child in the world if we let it be free. So give it a name. Tell it it's tiny. Tell it it is insignificant. Tell it it is going to fail the test if it doesn't work harder. Tell it that the life for the child has begun as John Smith, and the life for John Smith has ceased to exist as a child forever until that child resumes its childlike status. As Christ says, you will never enter the kingdom until you become the child. So we go through our life encouraging our children to be a particular singular aspect and climb above the rest. Climb into that hierarchical place. Be a celebrity, be a famous football player, be a wonderful scientist, be a politician, be the next Einstein, the next Hawkins. Because if you don't, you'll just be menial, trivial. The teacher can change all that. I don't accept your name, John Smith. We're all the same. We will all learn about who we are before we decide or try or attempt to discover what we are capable of. How can we know what we are capable of until we know who we truly are? The teacher should be taking the child beyond, back into the womb and letting it open its petals freely, playfully, genuinely, originally, before it became me and John Smith, the little boy that lives down the lane. The story has already commenced before the child goes to school. But the teachers, they have an obligated job to help the child discover not only what the child is capable of, but who the child is in this colossal opportunity to exist as life.